We are covering Colorado first with the latest on last night's deadly shooting spree. It left 5 people and that shooter dead. That's tragically one more death than we reported last night.
Now, tonight we want to take you through the latest details, what we know from the investigation and what we still don't know, and what we're learning about those victims. Sarah Steck has been identified as the 5th and last person murdered yesterday. She was a clerk at the Hyatt House Hotel in the Belmar development in Lakewood. Steck died from her injuries today. 3 other victims have been identified. Alicia Cardenas, the owner of Soul Tribe Tattoo. Alyssa Maldonado, a Soul Tribe employee. Dan Schofield worked at the Lucky 13 tattoo shop. We still don't know the name of the man who was killed near Cheeseman Park in Denver. Investigators say the shooter was 47-year-old Lyndon McLeod. He died after being shot by a Lakewood officer. Earlier, security camera video shows McLeod walking into one of the shooting scenes. Lucky 13 tattoo with a large gun.
This violence spread across Denver and Lakewood. According to investigators, the shooter had crossed paths previously with some of his victims. It all started in Denver at Soul Tribe Tattoo near First and Broadway, where the gunman shot and killed 2 employees. We just mentioned and injured a man. He then broke into a home, chasing a couple and setting their van on fire. Next, McLeod went to an apartment complex near Cheeseman Park and killed a man. Then shots were fired next along 6th Avenue before a shootout with a Denver cop at 8th and Zuna. McLeod then got away. He headed to Lucky 13 Tattoo in Lakewood. That's where that surveillance video is from and where he killed a tattoo artist. He then moved south to the Belmar area where he shot the clerk at the Hyatt Hotel. The violence finally ended near Alameda and Wadsworth, where a Lakewood officer shot and killed that gunman after she herself was shot. Team coverage on this developing story for you tonight. Tori Mason with more on the victims and the community impact. We start, though, with Alan Janae with the latest details from this investigation.
Well, Karen, what is unfolding tonight is the case of the murders of 5 people in a hard-to-grasp story that police say was created by the actions of Lyndon McLeod, a man who years ago created a publishing company called Flat Black Ink. Through it, he published 3 books that one online reader says included rants about women, globalization, diversity, and fantasies about killing people. This video from a nearby business shows an apparent grim mission. A man leaving his van parked haphazardly outside Lucky 13 Tattoo at Colfax and Kipling, then walking in with what appears to be a weapon, then appearing calm as he walks out only seconds later. Police say they were concerned even before this.
This individual was known to law enforcement. He was on our radar.
Denver Chief Paul Pazin says police did check on McLeod after reports about him in mid-2020 and early this year.
There were 2 previous investigations into this individual's action. Neither of those investigations resulted in state or federal criminal charges.
Police would not talk about the nature of the investigations or why there was no reason for charges. But McLeod's contact with the tattoo industry, investigators believe, was behind the shooting spree.
Those were known to him. There were prior relationships, either personal relationships, business relationships that were involved there.
The way the shooting ended is clearer. What a Lakewood police agent did after being shot.
I just cannot emphasize enough is how heroic this Lakewood agent is.
Shot in the abdomen around her protective vest, she managed to fire back, stopping the rampage.
And we're beyond proud of her actions and the lives that she likely saved because of her acts last night.
That Lakewood police agent, they call them agents here, not officers, has been on the force only 3 years. At last word, she was in stable condition with an operation potentially still ahead. And while police believe that McLeod did have some connections to many of his victims, not so in the case of the hotel worker, Sarah Steck, who was killed, although they do think that he had previous interactions at the hotel itself. In Lakewood, I'm Alan Janae, covering Colorado First.
Alan, thank you.